Hey YouTube, this is Lisa. I'm going to be doing a real quick video today, just kind of reading this document. I have a friend who is sight impaired, and so she can't read this document. And also anybody who has a Moxie robot, which Moxie is one of those, like a robot for emotional intelligence for children, usually to talk to, kind of give support to the kids. But this robot is, the servers are going down for it. And the reason for this, I guess, is because the company's either going out of business or they lost their funding, I believe is what it was. So they can't continue their cloud-based services any longer. Which means, unfortunately, the robot, which is like an $800 robot that's brand new price, won't work. It's like become a brick, basically, or bricked. I guess that's the term for it. She basically won't function anymore without their servers. But one of the founders of the company, or maybe the actual founder, started a program so that people could go on their computers and do an open source of this robot. So that's what this is. I got the guide today by my friend. And so I'm going to read it and see if that kind of helps her to understand a little bit more, because you can't use a screen reader with it. So it says, welcome to Open Moxie. The Open Moxie program will allow you to run your Moxie locally on your own home network without needing to use Embodied's cloud services. Open Moxie will allow you to maintain Moxie's basic functionality once Embodied cloud services have been discontinued. And if you're technically inclined, this will enable you to develop new features and modify Moxie's capabilities to better suit your needs. Much of Moxie's content is supported, like daily missions, reading, and wild workout, but some newer activities like Ocean Explorer, Animal Faces, and Story Maker are not supported. A basic version of Moxie Chat is also supported, but it's important to note that the simplified version of Chat by default is less restrictive in regards to the allowable topics of conversation, meaning it will rely solely on the default safety system of the underlying AI language model, rather than the customized safety system Embodied had implemented with Moxie. So what that sounds like is maybe you'll have a little bit more topics you can explore with her that won't be as restricted or something, because maybe they just don't have that capability yet. Anyways. Let's see. Open Moxie also supports new customization options, including the ability for you to control the schedule of activities that Moxie offers, exclude any activities your child dislikes, and even write your own simple conversations to have with Moxie. Important information before setup. Open Moxie will need to be installed on a computer, a PC, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi 5, which I'm not sure what in the world that is. And it's connected, it needs to be connected to the same wireless network, internet network that you plan to use your Moxie on. And it needs to have a secure firewall, which is common for most current home networks. All of the setup and configuration will be done through a web interface. There's no parent app for Open Moxie. Please note, that running Open Moxie will require an Open AI account and purchasing credits to pay for speech to text, which will allow Moxie to process what your child says, and chat, which will allow Moxie to talk to your child. Instructions are included on page 4 of this guide under running Open Moxie. Okay, so steps needed before installation. You have to install something called Docker on your computer, and you go to www.docker.com/product/docker-desktop. And you have to scroll down to the Download Docker Desktop button and select a version for the type of computer you're using. Ensure your Moxie robot is running the latest software version 24-10 or .803. This version was released to all the Moxies on December 30th of 2024. And it says if your Moxie did not download this update, please update your Moxie immediately. Embodied cannot make any guarantees as to how long the update will be available for download. Here are the steps to get it. You have to turn on your Moxie, power it up and connect it to your usual Wi-Fi. Leave her on, powered on for at least an hour. And this should allow the software update to download and install automatically in the background. And so, okay, so with these directions here, it looks like it's getting a little confusing. Or, I mean, a little technical. Maybe not confusing, but more technical. So you have to install Open Moxie. You have to create a new directory on your computer. Like put a new folder in your desktop and name it Open Moxie. Then you have to download this docker-compose.yml and save it to that directory. Open a terminal window in that directory, and it says for Mac users, you have to right click on the folder and click New Terminal at Folder. For PC users, you have to go into the new folder you created, hold down the Shift key, right click an empty area, and then select Open in Terminal. And then the terminal window, you have to type this command. It says docker-compose pull and press enter. Then type docker-compose up-d and press enter. This will start Open Moxie to run in the background. And then there's a website here called http://localhost:8001 / hive, which will bring you to the Open Moxie setup page. And then you follow the instructions on that page to set up an OpenAI account and purchase credits. Now, this doesn't say how much these credits are, so I'm kind of curious. Once you've followed the setup instructions on that page, you can wake Moxie up as you normally do and start interacting. And it says here, do you want to tinker with the code, change things, debug, or just look under the hood a bit? It says, number 1, clone the project. Number 2, which I don't know what that means. Number 2, read the Moxie overview document to learn more about the schedule of activities and settings. And then read instructions provided on this GitHub page. And it just says, okay, here's all the legal disclaimers. Please understand Embodied cannot provide ongoing support of the Open Moxie efforts. This project will be community-driven, moving forward and maintained without Embodied's direct involvement. No guarantees or warranties. Embodied Inc. and our current or former team members make no guarantees, promises, or warranties, express or implied, regarding the functionality, security, compatibility, reliability, or availability of Moxie with the release of Open Moxie. That's pretty much everything. Like, here it is, have fun with it. This includes, but is not limited to, any implied warranties of merchantability. I don't know what that, how to say that. Fitness for a particular purpose or non-infringement. The Open Moxie solution and related code instructions and documentation are provided as is. Embodied will not provide any technical support, maintenance, updates, or patches. Any use, modification, or reliance on Open Moxie is at your own risk. You assume full responsibility for implementing, maintaining, and operating the solution, including ensuring compliance with all applicable laws, regulations, and third-party agreements. Yeah, that just sounds a little shady right there. I don't know. Embodied shall have no liability for any damages, direct, indirect, incidental, special, or consequential, that may result from using or attempting to use this solution. Embodied makes no representations that Open Moxie or related instructions comply with any specific regulatory requirements, including but not limited to the Federal Trade Commission, guidelines, or consumer protection regulations. It remains your responsibility to use such resources in a lawful manner and to ensure that any modifications or usage of Open Moxie do not violate applicable laws or regulations, no ongoing obligations. By proceeding with the open Moxie solution, you acknowledge and agree that embodies under no obligation to continue supporting or maintaining Moxie or any associated services. All efforts to preserve or enhance Moxie in a cloud-free environment will be community-led and at the discretion of participants in that community. Okay, and that's all of that document. I mean, it might be a good system. I really don't know. It's all a big gamble at this point, but that's open Moxie. And it's only like a 5-page setup guide, so not a whole lot of information at your disposal. I mean, it just tells you how to set up the directory, but other than that, it's not saying a whole lot. And they sure had a good legal team write up this thing, because this lets them out of any responsibility. I guess if you go and screw something up and you blow up your Moxie, they can't get blamed for it, which makes sense. I don't blame them, but at the same time, it's all a gamble. It's all a risk that you would take to try to get her to run. But, what else are you going to do? Are you going to, just get a robot? Like, I feel sorry for people that have just bought one of these robots for Christmas, and here it is, only 1 month after Christmas, and it's going down offline. So, what's the best thing to do there in that situation? I guess the best thing would be to just give it a try. So, anyway, I hope this video was informational and helped with some people maybe making decisions about Moxie. I know I would still like to try this on one if I can, but like this says, it's not very informational. But that's where a good community comes into play, because if you have a good community with people that know things, then there's a bigger chance that you will succeed, because you have people backing you and you have people that are going through the same thing. So, it's very helpful to have a good community of people when you're trying to do things like this. So, anyways, that's all for today. I got my Tamagotchi Uni. This is another cute little thing I love, and she's so cute. She's got a little Ferris wheel on her head, and she's got a little cute little heroine wig or something. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great night. Bye bye.